Welcome into sportsbookreview.com. This is the live show for the closing line show for week number 5. Man, I appreciate you guys joining me today. My name is Christopher Giannini. This is my favorite 30 minutes of the week. Guys, we're going to get into it. Started off a little rough. The home dogs from the weeknight games didn't pan out too well. Utah State and Maryland both get completely dismantled. I had Utah State going into last night, and we're starting off the week 0-1. We got 4 more games. We're going to get 4 winners. We'll recap those in a little bit. In the first 2 shows, I always ask you guys, give me games that I missed. Give me games I didn't talk about. I only got a limited amount of time. I'm trying to do this on my own, and you guys always come through. You give me a list of games. You tell me what you want. You send me some text through DMs and Twitter. You can hit me up at Chris B. Giannini anytime you'd like. I'm pretty much always available. And you put comments in the first 2 shows. I love it. I appreciate it. I'll talk back to you if I've got anything funny or clever or appreciative to say. First game up that you guys hit that we're going to talk about, West Virginia at Texas Tech. I haven't hit on this game because I have no feeling at all about it. You got West Virginia going on the road. They're looking much more improved. They are 7-point favorites on the road. Normally, I would like the home dog. Texas Tech looked bad last week. This offense fell apart. Some of that could be Texas. Maybe Texas defense is for real. Maybe they are far, far better than we ever imagined. I ever imagined. I can speak for myself. I won't speak for everybody else. This year, I like Neil Brown. I like Neil Brown a lot. I think this West Virginia team is showing signs of getting closer. My scare is the home dog. I think Texas Tech's offense found something at the end of the game. Maybe it's just garbage time. I don't know. The game was out of hand. I don't have a play. Let me tell you something. When I went to look at the game, 90% of the action is on West Virginia right now, okay? That's something that always terrifies me. Now, I don't care that the majority of the public could be on a game one way or the other. That never really concerns me. You know, you get 70, 75%, something like that. You're going to have that. And those games win all the time. When you get to the level of 90%, that's when things start getting a little fishy. That's when you feel like the people who make these lines know something that I don't know. And so, you know, things just evolve a little bit throughout the game that tend to always go against the massive public. So if you told me you got to make a pick, I'm not letting you leave here until you make a pick. I'd probably take Texas Tech just for the home dog aspect of it. Man, you guys are jumping in with the comments. I appreciate that. We'll get to them the best I can this morning. You know, I'm not a great reader, especially if we get a lot of them going on. I love seeing them. I read them all afterwards because I still have access to them, and it makes me happy. But we'll get through as much as we can. Next game up, though, that I want to hit on, Mississippi State going to Texas A&M. I don't know why I woke up this morning and I just had a feeling it's going to be a good day for the dogs. I loved before the season started this Texas A&M team. I respect the hell out of Jimbo Fisher. I think he's an outstanding coach. I thought A&M had a chance to compete for the SEC West this year. I don't know that I believe that anymore. I would love to be wrong about that, but they just don't look put together. And that's not because they got beat by Arkansas, because there's a world where Arkansas is a hell of a football team. And so that changes things a little bit. I wonder what A&M's offense is going to look like, how they're going to score. Both of these defenses look great. I like the under in this game. I didn't write down the under. Texas A&M's laying 7. I woke up this morning thinking Mike Leach is going to figure something out. Okay. Every year, what I know about Mike Leach is Mike Leach loses a game every year, no matter where he's the coach of, that he should not lose. Just unequivocally should not lose. And then every year he also just unexplainably beats somebody he should not beat. Going on the road to Texas A&M, if they come out with a win today, it will not surprise me. I just have a feeling about this game, that things are going to be a little different. And that makes me a little sad. I like both these coaches. I like both these programs. Somebody's got to win though. And man, Jimbo Fisher getting that monster contract extension with the big ass pay raise before the season started. Whew, that might have been the smartest thing that ever happened. Because now starting off the SEC 2-0, 0-2, not a good look, not a good look at all. Somebody asked me about Western Kentucky and Michigan State. Listen, I like this Michigan State team. Now, everything in the world keeps saying at some point in time, this team is going to have a letdown spot. And this is no better spot to let down than this week. At home against Western Kentucky, you're laying 11 points. You should beat the crap out of them. And man, I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm blinded by this. Maybe I'm too close to the stuff here. I think what Mel Tucker's doing there is unbelievable. And the best way to continue to win and not have a letdown game, things that travel well, they're at home, so they're not traveling. Things that seem to last the test of time, that you just don't tend to have good game, bad games. Can you run the football? Can you impose your will against another opponent from the trenches, from the offensive line? Can you push them around? And can you stop them? Can you play good defense from a defensive front? Can you get pressure? Can you give their quarterback fits? Can you stop the run? We used to always say back in the day that the best way to win a football game is to run the ball and stop the run. I think they're going to do that. And so I would lay the points, and I would take the big boys at Spartan right now. I think they're the better football team. We know they're the better football team than Western Kentucky. I don't think they're going to get got this week. I don't think they're going to get caught sleeping or caught off guard this week, because I think the things they do aren't flashy, okay? When you do a lot of flashy things, it's easy to have a letdown spot. When you live off of speed and flash and misdirections, a lot of times the wheels can come off that cart and it goes badly. But when you live off of pounding the ball down somebody's throat week in and week out, play in and play out, drive in and drive out, and then you stop the run and you play suffocating defense, man, that's really, really hard to just have a letdown there. I trust them. We'll move on. Next game up, somebody asked about, was Tennessee at Missouri. Man, if Hooker plays, I'm all in on the Vols. You know that. I said it last week. I thought I was going to get that cover last week, because the only game I did not cover was my Tennessee Vols going to Florida. They were in that game. They played well. I need Hooker to play in this game. I need Hooker to play well. Missouri's got problems, man. I think there's a world where Tennessee could win this game outright. If Tennessee was a bigger dog right now, I think this line's 2.5. I don't let small dogs be in my money line special, because I think those are coin flip games. You're not going out on a limb and saying this game is -1. This team is +1, and so I'm picking this as an underdog. No, that didn't work. They got to be at least a field goal or better, and even a field goal, I kind of feel cheap when I give you those. But I think Tennessee's got a shot to win this game. I do. I don't know why. The whole world doesn't believe in Tennessee at all. I might be the only guy that doesn't bleed orange right now that still believes in them, but I don't know why. I just do. I think Heupel's a good coach. I think it's going to take some time for him to get this offense where he wants it to go. I like Josh Heupel. I like Hooker, and I think this team can be good. Missouri has shown that anybody can score on them. Okay, if you got a capable, competent offense, you can score against this Missouri football team. All right. I don't know how great they're going to be at home. They weren't very good on the road. We'll have to see. I like Tennessee in that. Next game up that I was asked about. This game, we hit on a little bit. I'm going to hit on a little more. Baylor, Oklahoma State. I woke up this morning. This game is going to be in one of my prop plays of the day. This game is also going to be in the Underdog special. Just giving you a little insight into the future of the show. I think Baylor is the better football team. I do. I've thought about it. I've played both of these teams' games through my head multiple times. I think Baylor doesn't make mistakes, and I think Oklahoma State has won games and played games well where they've won. They've capitalized. They play these games real tight. They don't have the offense that they used to have, and now And now they are capitalizing very, very well on other teams' mistakes. You know who hasn't made a damn mistake the entire year yet? That's Baylor. They don't turn the ball over. They don't beat themselves with penalties. I think they've won the turnover battle in every game. I think they've won the penalty battle in every game. They're not going to make the mistake that you're going to have to need to capitalize to beat them. And let me tell you this, if you think the Oklahoma State offense has struggled to score points so far, they haven't seen this Dave Aranda defense yet. This is the best defense they're going to see so far. This will be the best defense they will see the rest of the year, in my opinion, looking at the rest of their schedule. This defense is unrelenting. You want to talk about being aggressive and you want to talk about getting after it. It only took Aranda 1 year of his guys figuring out how to run his scheme, and they look like they're running it better than anybody I've ever seen run it. Now that's a little hyperbole because those LSU teams ran it pretty damn well, but you get what I'm saying. This is, I think Spencer Sanders is going to have some problems this weekend. I think the offense for Oklahoma, I think Gundy is going to have some issues this weekend. I like the Baylor Bears. I like the points. I will have Baylor on the money line. That's also a game I thought, I don't want to bring this up because this is not a stat that I actually care about all the time. That's also a game that's at 98% of the money on Oklahoma State. So we're real close to my 89. I got dyslexia, flip those numbers. 89%. We're really damn close. So somebody asked, do I think the game will go under? Probably, yeah, because Oklahoma State's defense is really good also, by the way. Really good. And they've slowed down a lot of teams. I think most of the scores have come against them have come on defense, special teams, or like big busted plays. I don't know that a lot of people are driving the football on Oklahoma, 75 yards. So Oklahoma State, everybody in the world is driving the football in Oklahoma. That's a different game altogether. But I like the Baylors, and I probably would like the under. I didn't think about it very much just because I fell in love with one side, and that was it. Next game up, this game's a little close to my heart. If it wasn't so nasty outside around here in the Memphis area where I live, I might take the 2-hour drive east to Birmingham to try to be at this game. UAB gets to open their new several $100 million stadium against Liberty today. They get to go home. They get to play Birmingham. I don't know where you are in the world. Okay. I don't know where you guys live for the most part. I'm telling you, the epicenter of college football is Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. If you do a sports talk show or just college football media content consumed in the city of Birmingham is bigger per capita than any place in the world. Okay. It is where college football may have been birthed from. All right. And UAB getting a palace of a stadium there for a team that small and a conference that small for a G5 school is pretty remarkable. They're going to pack that place out today. I think fans are going to show up. I think they're going to support this Blazer team. I think Liberty is in for something that they weren't prepared for. If this game was played at Old Legion Field or wherever else, I might feel a little differently. I like Hugh Freeze. I don't like getting Hugh Freeze coming off of a loss because he's going to be red-assed and ready to roll. But man, I just think Bill Clark. If you're watching this today and it's your first time, thank you. Welcome in. My name's Chris, and I'm glad you're here. If you've watched this before, you know this. I worship Bill Clark. I'm going to follow that man to the abyss. I would follow him to the gates of hell, okay? And if one of us had to go through, he ain't it, okay? We're not letting that. He's unbelievable. I think Bill Clark's going to have something special. I think his guys are going to play above board. Got a little action on them for the prop play of the day. Give me a little double dose of that today. I like UAB. I would lay the points. I think it's going to be a special day in Birmingham. I'm going to tell you this, though. There's a lot of bias in that. I want there to be a special day in Birmingham. I want to see that. I want to experience that. So hear me when I tell you that's what I need. All right. Somebody brought up Baylor's played a soft schedule. Yeah, a soft schedule up until Iowa State. Sure. And then they whooped the hell out of Iowa State. Okay. All right. I mean, maybe Iowa State's soft. Maybe that's what you think. That's fine. There's a lot of people that had them top 10 in the country before the season started. Now, don't get me started on preseason rankings. They infuriate me, they enrage me, and they make me very, 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 very mad. I got one more game that people ask me about, and I have a very big opinion on it. I'm excited about this game as well. Pitt going into Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. Now, this is a narratives play, okay? Look, you guys know me. Like, I'm not a professional handicapper, and I don't give you a bunch of analytical bullcrap. I don't do all that because I don't trust all of them. That doesn't mean I don't trust analytics. It means I think all of the people that I know that give out analytics have biases, okay? And you can make numbers say anything you would like. There was a couple of years ago where give you an example. Rutgers was the worst team in college football. They were 130th out of 130. All right. You're talking about UMass was better than them. UConn was better than them. Whatever. They were DFL in all the league. All right. And in the Big Ten, they had the third best pass defense in the Big Ten. Okay. That's a number that says, whoa, hey, how is a team that bad do that? What? Because they're getting beat 80-0 every week, and teams just run the football over them. And teams will go into a game and never, not sometimes, not 90% of the times, they will never, ever, ever throw the football. They will run it 100% of the time. And so their pass defensive numbers. So I don't trust analytics. I had too many people give me stuff like that over the years, and I don't trust it. I don't believe you. This is not about analytics. This is about narrative. This is about, I just saw a team do something really special. Okay. I just saw Georgia Tech beat the tar out of North Carolina. All right. That's the last thing we saw with our eyes. That's the last thing our brain remembers from this team. Now I got a good Pitt team coming in. Pat Narduzzi, hell of a football coach. Been doing this for a long time. Got an experienced team with an experienced coach. And let me tell you something. If the last thing you remember is a team playing great, everybody in the world's trying to sell you something on that. All right. I think the books are trying to sell you, take Georgia Tech. You can feel safe doing it. This team is better. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's true. I still don't think this is a very good team. And I think every year they can show up big and upset somebody, but I want to see, I don't believe that they can do it 2 weeks in a row. I don't believe they can do it 3 weeks in a row. I think they played above board against Clemson. Then they beat the tar out of North Carolina. And then now they got a good Pitt team. This team seems to be really good at stopping the run. And Pitt, which is weird, this is not a Pat Narduzzi thing, Pitt just doesn't run the football anymore. They're going to come out, they're going to spread them out, and they're going to throw the damn ball. They've got a quarterback that's been there for 6 years, and they know what they're doing. I think Pitt wins. I think Pitt covers. I like the Pitt Panthers. We're in the portion of the show where I'm going to just give you a recap, real quick recap of my gambling picks. I gave you 5 picks Wednesday night. We're 0-1 with Utah State +9. I needed a garbage time touchdown to get that thing in. Missed out bad. That hurt me. All right, next 4 up. I got Boston College +16 at Clemson. I got Memphis -11 at Temple. I got Oregon -8 at Stanford. I got Ole Miss +14 at Alabama. Not a lot of those numbers have moved. I think the BC line is the only one. I haven't seen it in a few hours since this morning. Give me a second. We are now at 15. So, it's gone down a bit. Everybody else is about neutral on that. And that's where we stand. I like my plays today. I haven't woke up. I sometimes I've made a pick and then I wake up the next, the day of the game. And I just think, man, I might've made a mistake here. I'm standing strong. I'm standing strong and I like them. Prop play of the day. I got 3 of them for you guys. I got 3 of them. I've been giving you one a week. This week I woke up, I just feeling a little froggy today. I'm feeling a little feisty. I feel like I like the slate today. That could be bad. That could be good. I don't know. We'll just see how it all works out in the wash. Maybe it's good for me. Maybe it's a terrible thing and it's a huge embarrassing failure. I like Georgia's team total. I got 3 team totals basically. Georgia's team total under 33.5. I think Arkansas's defense is going to show up. I don't know if Arkansas can score on this Georgia defense. I don't know that. But I do believe that 33.5 points is too many points. I think this game is going to be won by the first team to get to 24. Okay. If somebody gets to the mid 20s, I think they're going to win this game. And I think that's going to probably be the final score of that team. I just don't see either one of these teams getting to 30. UAB team total over 25.5. I don't know how much I believe in Liberty's defense. I don't think they're great. And I just think this UAB team, told you, they got a little something extra on this game. Okay. They're going to put a little hot sauce on it, put a little stank on it. They're going to come out and they're going to want to whip somebody and impress the people that have been supporting their program for a while. And then the last one is Oklahoma State's team total under 26.5. Baylor ain't giving up 26 points the whole year. Baylor's not giving up 26 points a day. Okay. Dave Aranda has got this team rolling. I like them. I like them a whole lot. Let me get through some of these things. I won't wait till the end and just try to get to all your questions. Appreciate everybody going. So I like Wake Forest at 7. Yeah, man, I don't have a feeling on that game. Part of me feels like at some point in time. So I like this Wake Forest team. I'll talk about that for a minute. I like them a lot. I wonder if Satterfield's got things going better at Louisville than they were. It took a little while to get Cunningham comfortable, to get Cunningham rolling this year. I think Louisville's going to put up points. This game might be closer than I originally thought, because I originally came out and really liked them a lot. Casey says Arkansas is going to beat Georgia. Man, I can't tell you I don't have a touch on it. It's not a – I didn't have the balls to put Arkansas in the underline, the underdog special. I'm just going to admit that. I have that play, though. I'm going to have a little money on that. I like Arkansas. I just want to see something special. I want to see something magical. And if it happens, I want to have a ticket to say, man, I was there, and I believe in that, and I liked it. I like BC for all the points. Yeah, me too. So appreciate that, Michael. Arkansas's quarterback's banged up. Backup played terrible. Listen, the backup got thrown in the middle of the game. He's not the thrower that KJ is. He is a track star. He will run the football a lot. Georgia hasn't really played. It's weird that they played DJ Uiagalelei, and I still feel like they haven't played a running quarterback because Clemson tried to set him in the pocket and run so much. That was weird. I thought that was strange. I wonder how Georgia would fare if and I should have known the backup's name. That kid's a track star, man. He's lightning fast. The problem is did he get all the reps this week in practice, or did KJ get them and trying to go, and we don't, now the backup's coming in without a lot of practice time. That would change my opinion. Look, I have made no bones about it. I'm picking Arkansas. I like Arkansas. I've said it 100 times this year. I'm going to keep saying it until they lose. I think Georgia's the best team in the country. Okay. It's really, really good. I just think Arkansas might be for real. NC State will definitely cover against La Tech. That's the way I would lean if I had to. Staying away from that game. I like this NC State. I like the Wolfpack. I just don't want them to slip up. I don't care if they play a close game. Don't lose another game. Continue to fight and show people you got. Somebody asked Chris thoughts on Florida State. Earlier in the week, I publicly put out that I liked Florida State. I think Florida State finally gets their first win. I woke up this morning. I got to tell you, Syracuse is in the underdog special. They just are. They just are. I woke up this morning and I thought, I want Florida State to be better. I love Mike Norvell, and I think the problems at Florida State are they're solvable. They can't be solved in a week or two. Dino Babers, one of those coaches that things haven't gone great for him at Syracuse over the years. But when he sees a guy down, he's got no problem punching them while they're down. I think Florida State's trying to find themselves, and Dino's might not be the coach you want to go up against while you're trying to figure yourself out. Michael Bielen's asked again, if Ohio State starts their backup quarterback, I'm all in points. I am too, baby. But I might be no matter who the quarterback is, though. But I like Rutgers. Like, this is no joke. I really enjoy this Rutgers football team. I think they play good defense. I think their offense. We talk about havoc rate, like havoc plays for defensive stat. Their offense is like that. Their offense is, they just try to create havoc on the offensive side of the ball in chaos to where the defense doesn't really know what in the hell's going on, and then they just hope somebody's fast enough to break one. It's weird, it's strange, it's impossible to prepare for, and I look, I've lost a lot of money on Rutgers this year, or last couple of years. I've won money. I like this Rutgers team. I don't know what can I tell you. Wake Forest and Arkansas all day. I appreciate that, Jeremy. Let's keep scrolling through. Let's see. Took the under the Michigan State game. Yeah, I did as well. I think it's going to be low scoring. Oklahoma is going to cover today, and Texas is going to barely survive. That's from Casey. Maybe. I don't know that Oklahoma covers. I just don't. They have scared me a lot. They just don't look good at all. UTSA been a sleeper since last year's bowl game. Yeah, they're not a sleeper anymore, guys. The whole country knows about them. Everybody knows about UTSA. You're not getting any value playing them thinking nobody knows what's going on there. So there we go on that. Let's just get into it. Let's get into the Underdog special, and then I'll try to get to the bottom of the list and maybe work my way back to the top. Underdog special. I got 6 teams this week, guys. I got 6 of them. I'm holding up 5 fingers because that's all I have on one hand. Sorry. Number 6, TCU plus 165. Love that game. Think they've got a shot to win the game. Let me tell you this. I'm going to stop this. I've made a mental note already for next year. Okay. It's on a calendar already, ready to go. Remind me. The week before Texas TCU, you bet against TCU. I don't care who they're playing, guys. I don't care if they're laying, 3 points to, or even catching points to UConn at home. I don't care. Before they play Texas, they play like crap. You can go back almost the last 10 years. They're just not good the week before they play Texas. And because of that, the next week's line against Texas is always screwy. And they either win the game outright or they just beat Texas. Or they at least cover the game. Like, I don't know. I don't know that they haven't covered after, against Texas in the last 10 years. I think they're like 9-3 or whatever against the last like 12 years. Something crazy like that. It's a screwy number that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Every year, TCU looks like trash the week before they play Texas. And then they play Texas. And then they either beat Texas outright or they make it a really close game, and it's insane. So I'm taking TCU Underdog special. Syracuse, already told you, Underdog special, plus 185. Baylor Bears, plus 160, Underdog special. Now we're getting to some meaty last 3. First 3, I feel are kind of safe picks, and I don't want to give you safe, guys. I don't do safe. I don't like it. I'm going to go out on a limb here. This is a team. Now, they don't have to Underdog special this thing for them to be, back in my good graces. That this is a team where if they can't cover this line this day, they are dead to me. The Northwestern Wildcats, show me something, damn it. Show me something. You always show up for Nebraska. You're catching like 10, 11 points, something like that. That's insane. I got plus 315 on the Wildcats. Show up, have some pride today. Win a game for me. Mississippi State going to Texas A&M amongst 100,000 screaming Aggie fans. They're going to be yelling. But they're going to be yelling because they're angry and they're mad and they're disappointed. And I think the Dogs can come out with a win. And then, guys, this. I've said it all week. All the Bama fans, all the Gumps out there come after me, and they tell me I'm wrong, and they tell me I'm foolish. I'm taking Ole Miss, guys. I'm taking Ole Miss. I'm taking all those points, and I'm taking them straight up in the Underdog special. I got 460 plus 460 Ole Miss right now on the money line. I think they've got a shot to win the football game, guys. I just do. Matt Corral is the best quarterback in the country. That's just it. Okay. I love Desmond Ridder. I love, there's a list of other guys that I love. Matt Corral's the best of all of them. It does not matter. Okay. It just doesn't matter. Let's get into the question. Wisconsin, easy money by Casey. I don't think anything's going to be easy about that game. I think that's a foolish statement. There we go. Somebody said over 79.5 Ole Miss, Young versus Corral. I'm staying as far away from that as possible. I love this offense. I think there's going to be a lot of points. 80 points is a lot, though. I Bama's, I think, team total was 44, 45 and a half, 41 and a half, something like that. I almost took Bama's team total under. I think at some point in time, if Ole Miss wants to win this game, they're going to have to take the ball away because I don't think they're going to stop them a lot. So anyway, that is what it is. Dip Skylark. I can't read and I can't talk. Sorry, dude. I do Casey Thompson's statement game today. Listen, if Casey puts it on TCU today, you're right. That they're for real, and they're probably the favorite to win the Big 12 this year. That offense has looked totally different since he's taken over. He's really, really good. This is not a knock on him. This is not a knock on Sark. This is not a knock on Texas. This is gods of football that I can't explain. This is the mystics of the earth that make things unexplainable. Why TCU looks so bad the week before they play Texas and then always beats Texas, no matter if TCU is a 5-loss team that year and Texas is competing for the Big 12 title and or a chance to play in the national championship. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I can't explain it. I just think there's just something that doesn't add up, and I'm just going to ride with TCU and the football gods. I got somebody in here that says Notre Dame, Purdue, TCU, Baylor, parlay. Woo. I don't hate it. I'm staying away from the Notre Dame Cincinnati game. If you told me I had to make a pick, I would take Cincy. It's the Desmond Ridder. That's it. I think Desmond Ridder is the best player on the field, and I think he's going to be the difference maker in that game. That's it. TCU hasn't won since 2013 against Texas. They won like last year or 2 years ago. That's not right. Anyway, I'll look that up. If that is right, I'll make a public apology on Twitter. I don't care. That's fine. I'll tell you this. TCU has covered a lot of them. Chris, can Indiana slow down Penn State? I think they can slow them down. Yes. So in that game, I like the under. I think that's going to be low scoring. I think Indiana's defense is for real. I don't know that I trust Penix. That defense for Penn State is no damn joke. They scare the hell out of me. That's the reason I've stayed away from this game. It was either Indiana or nothing, and because I thought the line was too big. But if Penix is bad Penix, then Penn State's going to get a couple of defensive scores, and that flips a game. That flips a game badly. So, Texas hasn't won since 2013 on the road at TCU. Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying TCU. I was like, wait a minute. I know that number. I know that information. I appreciate you correcting that. I'm a moron. I was starting to doubt everything that I believed in this life. Yeah, so I like that. I like that. Got somebody in here says Army Bama game over in Arkansas. Is that Arkansas RL? All right, is that LR? Is that supposed to be Arkansas Little Rock? I don't know that Arkansas Little Rock has a game. I do know that Arkansas Little Rock has a football team, but I don't know that the rest of the world does. I'm guessing you're just saying Arkansas. I'm staying away from the Bama game. The Bama total. That just doesn't make any sense at all to me. So anyway, guys, we've reached the point of the show. I love Kentucky. I'll give you one more because I haven't talked about Kentucky, Florida at all. I love Kentucky as a home dog. Chris Rogers is the best running back in the SEC. Whoo. Maybe. I'm gonna. We're 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in. This is week 5. Count week 0. This is week 5. I'm gonna pump the brakes on the best running back yet. He's in the conversation without question. He's in the conversation. Tank Bisbee might have something to say about that in Auburn. I like that game though. I'm excited about that game. I'm staying completely away from it, mainly because Dan Mullen, whenever people start doubting him, usually does a lot of things to piss people off and then come out and kick somebody's ass. So that's scary. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. This is my favorite show that I do all week. I appreciate it so much. I wish I was a better reader and I wish I had better access to read all this stuff and get you guys to have more of a dialogue back and forth. But I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the show. Hit the like button if you don't mind. It helps so much with everything. Enjoy your Saturdays. Good luck to everybody. Be careful out there, guys. Okay. Let's be smart. Let's be wise. Let's have fun with this. If at any point in time this stops being fun, just stop doing it, dude. Just stop. It's okay. But Enjoy the games. It's a good slate. I love you all. I'm so grateful for you. For sportsbookreview.com, I will see you Monday evening. My name is Christopher Giannini. Have a good weekend.